Get ready, get ready, get ready. He's coming. Double it.
A first carry now for Thompson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Third down. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 42-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on.
Wentz. He finds Taylor, complete. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
A gain of 14. And an Eagle first down.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180!
Rush in.
No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On play action, it's Wentz. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 of enemy territory. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
I got him. Watch the safety creep.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down now, it's Thompson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back. Quick dance. Ram.
On second down, it's Cannon, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Switch it.
To throw is Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
At the 40-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Now Haskins, 3rd and long, complete. Richardson has it. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Let's go. You tighten up.
4th down. Here's Haskins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's get off the field.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Mike 5-4, Mike.
What's this? Mike 4, Tokyo. Come on.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Haskins on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehry. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
17 yards and a first down for Philly. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. And incomplete.
Wentz's pass incomplete on the throwaway.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Here's Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins, and an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
47's the mic, boy, 47. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Exit. Deuce.
One flag.
Check 24. Check.
Done.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. This pass complete to Higgins. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Check 56. Hey, defense, let's go.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. One more time, it's Cannon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Right there.
On first down, Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. We got to step it up. Check Nick.
On the carry, it's Cannon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Lefty.
Now a carry for Dillon. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 3rd down, here's Peyton. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run. This is Cannon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Carson Wentz hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
On second down now. It's Thompson looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on fourth down. Haskins. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Wentz. One that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Geis with a carry on second down. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
47. Check, 47.
To throw on third down. Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And he's going to go down again. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run on first down. Cannon, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, Can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On second and goal, Wentz. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Wentz again, looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out right at the 35. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Haskins now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Throwing now. Haskins on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. This one caught by Crowder. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Under 10.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. 25 yards that time. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, it's Dawson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw on 2nd and 6, Haskins, and he fires one incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. 3rd down, here's Haskins, buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought, and my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. Wentz now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Philadelphia, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen,